Okay.
Thanks.
So.
Hi, Tivoli. Hi, Allison.
I got a message the other day from someone requesting that I do a tutorial on the Winnie the Pooh
Hi, Jada.
honey pot. So I went to looking because I knew there was like a little attachment that you can glue onto the top to give it the ridge like the honey pot, but I had to find where to get one at. So it was actually delivered today. And I do not remember where I got it, to be honest. I could probably look at my phone and tell you guys if you don't even know where I got it. But it looks like it's just 3D printed. And it kind of looks like a bangle bracelet. But it's just made out of like this plastic stuff. So I painted my cup white. This was originally going to be for a Jack Daniels cup. But y'all's tutorial came before the other groups. But this one's pretty simple. You could do this with glitter colors if you really wanted to. So you want to make sure, so there's two different sides. This rim up at the top is made for the top of the cup. And this is a 25-ounce stemless wine glass. Some people call it the football tumbler, so that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to find one. But you want to make sure that it fits on there good, right at the rim. You will be epoxying over this, of course, because you're going to epoxy over the whole cup. And I'm just trying to make sure that it's going to fit over the rim itself. So, yeah. So usually I would use E6000 for gluing this to my cup, but I can't find it. So, I got to figure out, because it's not open. This is just super glue, and ew, don't laugh at me, it just pooped. Don't laugh at me if I glue my fingers to something, because it'll probably happen. I'm going to line the inside of this little ring.
Pressure caps?
She actually calls it the honey pot cap. So I'm lining the inside of this with super glue.
Yeah, there it is. Pooh honey ring. It's actually called that.
Yeah, Pooh honey ring. It was something like that, I remember. Okay, so... See, I'm terrible with this, you guys, because I'll glue my freaking something to something. It's like when I was like a teenager, I super glued my tongue to my tooth. It was a terrible experience. My mom and dad thought it was pretty damn funny, though.
Stephanie says you can wash your hands with Comet.
Ow!
Or rip all your skin off.
Well, it was stuck to the ring. What am I supposed to do then?
It was a joke.
Yeah, you want to make sure...
Sandy said the water slide came right off once I got it wet. Thank you for helping me with that. Reprinting the nurse and reapplying the right spelling tomorrow.
Yay.
Sorry about that. That was my fault.
Okay,
You're welcome, Pamela. I fixed it immediately as soon as you told me.
Yeah.
I'm a dork. You can't
So
spell.
you want to make sure it's even so that when it dries, that it'll...
Are you okay?
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah, I just got super glue on my hand. I need super glue.
Hi, Sherry.
Brings back terrible, terrible memories. So, you want to make sure that this is all dry before you take it outside and spray it. So, the colors I'm going to be using is Rust-Oleum colors. So the top part, I'm going to spray it all this smoky beige color first. And then I'm going to bring it inside, and as soon as it dries, I'm going to draw a line to do the top half, the darker color, just like Winnie the Pooh's honey pot. Alright, so we're shoving this down in there because this is not going to come off. This is my lovely thingamajiggies. Yeah. Cupasauruses. So,
I did that, Sandy. It said I should be a sign wiggler.
So you guys want to hear a super
Hi, Lori.
wicked, like, fact? So the other day, I spray painted my cup.
Candy said that's what she said.
It was a gloss white.
That's what he said.
And So I went over the top of it because I was going to do the Jack Daniels barrel to it. So I went over it with a matte clear to try and give it the finish that I wanted it to have. And the white was like super dry. Like been sitting outside for a couple hours. So I know it's not because the white hadn't dried all the way yet. But when I sprayed the matte clear, you guys can see like it cracked and did like this weird honeycomb effect to it. It's like,
It looks almost like an egg.
yeah.
It's got an egg look.
So I don't know why it did it besides the fact that I sprayed the matte clear over the gloss finish. And the only reason I did that was because I didn't want my alcohol inks to beat up on it. So yeah, that's why yeah. So if you're looking for that super cool effect, spray your glossy finish white spray paint with some matte clear, and that's how you'll get that finish or look. Or
So, Diane, I am not going to be doing I'm not going to be building turners on here because Glitter Craze sells them. Kelly said, "What magical foam inserts do you use on your turner arms?"
They are the Cuposaurus or Calcu. They're on Amazon, and if you look up Cuposaurus, and they look like this, like they're all foam, like they all squish up, and they fit on any size cup that you want to put them on.
What size is that tumbler?
This is a 25-ounce stemless wine glass.
Carrie Kari said, "Heather, what's your take on the quick set UV? Will we have to use a light on it?"
The quick set UV, you don't have to use a light on it. The UV, the purpose of the UV in the fast set is so that it doesn't amber over time. The fast set has a tendency to yellow and turn like a golden color over time. So you have to top it with an art resin. The UV fast set, Tammy says that you don't have to use a top coat for it. So you could just use the fast set all the way through your cup and not have to worry about doing a layer of regular art resin over the top of it so that it doesn't amber. So that's going to be the big benefit of it. You can pretty much finish a cup within a day. So
Hi, Cindy. It's going well. Thank you for asking.
Outside, and I'm going to spray it real quick.
She said that's what I was understanding, but someone said no. Lori said, "Could humidity have done that to your spray paint?"
It's possible.
Hi, Carmen.
I've never.
Hi, hun.
I've never done matte clear over the top of a glossy white.
She said,
it's possible.
She said you're her girl.
Who?
I did.
Oh.
Adrian
She
said,
is my
I
girl.
did that on purpose on a few cups. That happens for two reasons. First coat wasn't dry, or when it was stainless steel depot.
Yes, but they are sold out of these right now because I am stripping.
Super glue is how she attached it, Allison.
Yeah, I just attached
Thanks,
it.
son.
I would pretty much prefer to use my E6000, but I can't find it for the life of me. So we went with some super glue, and I got it all over my hands and stuck my finger to the edge of this ring, but it's fine. But yeah, I just glued it onto there, which is pretty simple. So I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna spray it with this smoky beige.
With the setup we have, I can't take us.
Yeah, and then when we
with
come back, while it dries, I'll show you guys some other stuff that I'm working on, and yeah.
What's your
that'll be
favorite
fun.
thing about fall? Go!
Okay, so I'm gonna put this down like this, and we're gonna find something that is just tall enough to be able.
Chrissy said, "Yay, I'm off Friday. I'm so glad when you work around my schedule."
So what I'm trying to do is find something that is just tall enough that I can take a pencil or a pen and like mark around it to draw a straight line.
Yeah, Teresa.
So this is the key to drawing a straight line. Okay. So I've got my bottle of Mary Jane leaves because I'm working on another cup over here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my paint's not completely dry yet, but awkward turtle. You would think that I had talked long enough, but I guess not. And the bottom's still blue anyways.
April said, I can't tonight. I have a date with the Cameron and Heather show.
That's right.
Carrie says, I love them as a peekaboo.
So I'm just
Legos.
keeping my glitter.
Legos, a stack of paper, stack some Legos.
Yes. That's very true. Stacks of paper, Legos.
You want a Sharpie?
Steal your son's blocks. I mean, maybe.
Hi, Stephanie. Late to join, but happy to be here.
Yeah, it's better late than never. That's what I tell all my bosses.
Thanks.
Better late than never. At least
Thanks
I'm
for
here.
coming by. We appreciate you spending time with us. Because you don't have to. You don't. You could be like, I got the poops. But you're not. You stayed.
Oi.
I don't know what he's talking about, but anyways.
I'm talking about the lovely people that watch us do that.
Awkward
And the fact that
turtle.
they could say that they have the poops and they can't watch it. So instead they spend
Okay.
time with us.
So I drew my line, and you can kind of see it's a little bit shabby here and there. Got some blue on the bottom of my cup that Cameron said that I missed when I spray painted it, and I don't think I did.
I hate it too. I don't know why.
Anyway, we'll fix that
I
later.
wonder if it's repelling there.
I doubt it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my...
Pencils sit in the groove of Legos very well.
Yes, it does. I wish I had some Legos that weren't in my sleeping son's room because I would go steal those.
Yeah, April said I should put that phrase on a shirt. No, cup.
Okay, so
Hun says she used most of her birthday money on glitter trays. She's loving all of it.
yes, I've got the whole stripper series. My strippers were delivered yesterday. They are pretty awesome. Just saying. Okay, so this is press and seal. We're gonna get creative here. So I'm gonna take this and go just at the bottom of my line. And if this doesn't stick,
April, your comments may not be lagging. It might just be my timing of reading it. I try to let Heather finish what she's saying before I rudely interrupt because I feel like I do that from time to time.
yeah, and then I yell at him.
Yeah, she beats me when we get off the lives.
Yeah, I beat him.
She's like, if you say one more thing, they'll let me talking. You're going outside again.
Yes, ma'am.
April said, I need to order strippers. If I said that to my husband, he would think I lost my mind. Teresa said, I always use a yellow highlighter. It kind of disappears after a bit, but never use a pink one because it stains it.
Yes.
Teresa, she is making a Winnie the Pooh tumbler.
I am making a Winnie the Pooh tumbler.
I just labeled it a honeypot tumbler so that Disney doesn't try to
Come and shut
yeah.
ours down.
shut everything down for copyright infringement.
Yeah. Apparently there's a lot of that going around lately. So, yeah. So I've got my press and seal. It's right on my line. I'm going to take my... Yeah. I'm not drinking, I swear.
You good?
I'm going to take my tape and make sure that it's pressed down very good to ensure that the new spray painted level doesn't get underneath my press and seal.
I try, April.
I'm going to go under your line just a little bit.
Teresa said, yay, thank you for doing that for me.
Yes.
Is she the one that asked?
I'm pretty sure yes.
It's just for you.
So I just did the tape right there so that my press and seal wouldn't lift up any and expose the area that I don't want it to paint. So I'm going to shove this back on the stick.
Teresa said that press and seal is a great idea.
Yes, I really like press and seal. So I had someone message me probably about a month ago. You want to spray this?
Sure.
And
it said, y'all are so funny.
You're so funny.
Ow! Oh, we're hilarious.
Are they looking down at me?
They're looking down your shirt.
Fix that.
You face
Oh my god, I don't know how. I can't say it. Stop. So this is the cup that we started the other day.
I painted it.
I did a good job.
So he painted the second layer.
I
So
did
what
a
I
good
did
job.
was
I did the first coat too.
No. I did.
And Kami
So-
says I can cook Cuban.
Ooh.
South Texas. Hey, Kayla, you'll be here in spirit. We'll go live. We'll go live and we'll do it, but you can be here in spirit.
So we taped off this cup.
Paula
and we
Dean.
painted the bottom half this very pretty tan color.
Deb, you're a little far away from Australia. Yeah,
Just a little.
just a little. Just
I
a
mean,
little.
maybe
9-hour
we're
drive that I can
closer
split.
Via the waterways.
Right,
I don't know if California would be closer or like us be closer.
right. 45 minutes to an hour for me is what Kim said.
That's not bad at all.
I'm in South Florida.
Yeah, Kim's in Hydesville.
Nice. Jennifer said 4 to 5 hours maybe.
Dang, some of my paint came off.
I'm from Savannah and need another reason to come home. What Carla said.
Yes, Carla. Come on, you can stay with us. You have a big house. It'll be fine.
We have a game room that has a
Yeah.
bed in it.
Everybody, we can have a slumber party.
Your face lit up way too big for that. We're 30, babe. We're not supposed to get excited about.
Just let it be, okay?
I'd
Let
still
it
love to be your
be.
third wheel for anything, is what Deb said.
Do
We
what?
appreciate you. We appreciate you. Hi, Linda.
This cup ate this freaking foam thing, this foam insert.
Hey,
Okay.
you're better late than never, Miss Linda.
So this is our cup. We did attach. If you didn't see the first one, it's possible that some of you didn't.
Hi, Irma.
We attached this little doodad. Will you hand me that little doodad?
This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta move my phone. Hold on.
So this is a 25-ounce stemless wine glass. Some people call it the football tumbler. And all that we did is I bought this from a place, and it's just a 3D printed ring.
Jessica says she has a 3-room tent.
Yes.
We have a big old backyard.
We do have a big old
Come to
backyard.
California, stay with me, is what Tivoli said.
Yes. I've never been on a plane, so and I don't guess I'll be on a plane this year either. 'cause
Jessica
I'm not
said,
going to
hey,
Egypt.
I'm the third wheel.
Who did?
Jessica.
No.
Hey, Sandy. Hi, Kirsten.
So
Thanks,
all
Anna.
that I did with this was I just popped this over. I don't have another one of these to show you guys, but I popped it over and I glued it to it, and then we just spray painted over it. So this is what it looks like. So all that this is right here is just this little 3D printed doodad ring that went over the lip of the cup to make it look like Winnie the Pooh's honey pot. And then I cut out some letters that's gonna go around it.
The wonderful thing about Tigger. This Tigger's a wonderful thing.
Chicken is a wonderful thing.
Woohoo.
Woohoo! And of course, my tape peeled off some of my paint down here, so I'll probably have to repaint it at some point or whenever. It'll be fine. It's probably gonna peel it up some when I put this transfer tape on there too. Look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect.
So how is everyone this evening? I don't know about y'all, but it's been a long week.
It's been a long day for me.
It's been a long week.
Feels like it's been a week for me.
All in today.
Yeah, all in today, just today.
It's been a long week. Between our kids giving us heck this week and but we made it,
We did. We made it. It is Saturday.
right? And I don't have to work tomorrow.
I gotta work on cups.
So maybe I'll go to Lowe's
That's about it.
and get some supplies and stuff. Just Just put a B over it. Good as new. That's what Jessica said.
That is true. Look in one of those drawers, and there should be a little pack of bees. Let me show you guys my bees that I got. It's probably one of the top drawers.
That's
It's a little pack of bees. You'll know it when you see it.
Bee's knees.
It's the bee's knees. Alright, so I got my transfer tape on my honey. And I probably should have mixed epoxy up for this. But I didn't. Because we're going to do the drip method to this bad boy. And probably mix some fast set, and that probably won't take as long as it would for anything than it would for regular art resin.
I gotta be honest, I don't see it.
So I got my weird honey on there.
Tivoli said, dang, you a baby.
Yes. No.
She technically said 2008, darn, you're a baby. But I put a get spin on it, sorry.
Yeah. I'll be 31 this year, so we'll look for that.
November 7th.
Yeah, that's my birthday.
Did you leave your cup over there?
I did. I left my cup over there. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to my body. But you asked me about some inanimate object in this house that I saw 3 weeks ago, and it put in a certain place 3 weeks ago. Girl, I can tell you exactly where that's at.
Tivoli said, my baby's 23.
Aw.
Sandy said, your daughter's so cute, she's a mini Heather.
She is. Oh
Christy
my
said, I
gosh.
just turned 31.
The only thing about my daughter is, number one, she's pretty. See, when I was her age, I wore like quadrufocals, you know, the ones that their eyes looked like they was like this big. So nobody really liked me. My mom didn't have to worry about me very much because nobody liked me because I was a nerd and I wasn't cute or nothing like that. So, but her, she doesn't wear glasses. She's skinny. She's got long legs. She's getting tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, and full of some freaking attitude. I'm telling you. She's going to be the death of me. So yeah, there it is with our
Emblem.
honey on there.
That's cute.
Cute. I like it.
So I'm going to mix up some epoxy real quick. I'm going to use the fast set for the drip on it. Because I'm going to add some somewhat honey looking mica to it to give it the honey look to it. I am going to let it sit for a little while so that it doesn't set too fast. So I'm going to do that now.
Clear Choice AT65 is a great transfer tape, is what Carla said. I can use the same piece many times.
Really? Mine isn't like that. I can use it like once or twice, and then I have a hard time getting anything to stick to it. And that's it. And I also, so when I bought it, I was like, oh my gosh, it has lines on it, right? It doesn't have lines on the actual tape itself, so that you can line something up, you know? It doesn't have lines on the tape, it just has it on the backing, which kind of sucks. So I was...
Where can we purchase the ring for the honey pot? That was actually bought from a website. Hold on, let me see if I can find it now.
Kimby's Creations?
Kimby's Caps.
Kimby's Caps. I was very close.
Pressure caps. Hold on. I'm gonna get it for you guys. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, because that was the first time I ever bought anything from that site. Someone else actually directed me to where to find it. I thought about making like a mold off of it so that you don't have to buy them, like just making a mold off of like a bracelet or something like that, because someone else said that they thought that maybe the bangle bracelet would work, but it doesn't because of the size of it. It would just fall down it. So I thought about actually trying to make one, but I don't know how to do that. So
Carol says, is it just me or is Cameron easier to hear than Heather? You
it's
know what?
very possible.
She might be, and the reason why is because I actually switched the audio from the camera to the laptop the other day because I was showing somebody how to do something on the silhouette. So I'm very sorry. It's 100% my fault.
Did you switch it back? Just now?
No, but I can.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Because I didn't want to go mess something up.
Well,
MacBook Pro. Audio capture. Let's try that. Is that better?
can you hear me better now? Maybe?
test. 1, 2.
Check 1, 2, test 1, 2.
Her 12-year-old is the same. She's very pretty and super confident, outgoing. She's a mix of girly and tomboy. We are screwed.
Yeah.
I was such a bookworm and shy. Tivoli said, YouTube
I was too.
I made quarter molds for soap.
Ooh.
Tivoli said, yes, I can hear you. Everybody said, yes, way better. A lot better. Okay. Sorry. I messed up. What happened is when I sold someone the file the other day,
it was a file that he created for them.
I was trying to explain to I had to explain to this lady how to use it on Cricut because she was having a really hard time and struggling with it. So I ended up making a video to send to her to show her how to do it on Cricut. And I had to download the Cricut software, figure out how to use it because I've not used the Cricut software before. So I ended up doing that. So will this end up having a lid that will fit the honey pot?
So the lid comes with a 25-ounce stemless wine glass, and yes, it will fit on the inside of that ring that's up at the top.
Good. I'm glad the audio is better, guys. I am really sorry about that. I'll make sure that does not happen again moving forward. I'm glad the audio is better. I guess that camera has a lot better microphone than my laptop does.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Most definitely.
I just figured, a really expensive laptop would have a nice microphone, but I guess...
Let me see if I can find the box to that to show you
Not.
how the lid will fit. So I keep all my boxes down here and put together so that I can find them, and that's what I actually, there it is, ship out my stuff to. So you can see that the lid is just going to fit on the inside of there. Just like it would if the cup didn't have anything on it.
Yep.
So the lid does fit in there. It just fits on the inside of it.
Oh no, I'm glad you guys told me. Because
Yeah.
I moving forward probably would not have thought to change that.
So I'm just adding a little bit of this honey colored mica in here. Now it does have a little bit of shimmer, so that's going to make it very pretty. Now one thing that you do need to know when working with fast set is that it does set very quickly. Very, very quickly. So you have about 10 to 15 minutes of work time to mix it, spread it on your cup and everything like that. But for this, I'm going to let it sit here and I'm going to keep stirring it to see the thickness. When you take it and run it off of your spoon or spatula or whatever you're using, you want it to run slowly. You can see that this is running quickly. Now I can feel that my cup is getting warmer. It does get pretty warm. They do not recommend that you use it inside of molds. I have done them inside of molds, like for my straw topper that I did the other day so that I would have it ready for a live that I was supposed to do on Friday night but was not allowed to do. I did use fast set inside of my mold and it didn't really mess anything up. I think it's the bigger molds that it's bad for, because if you have a big batch of it, it gets really, really hot and sets a lot faster. So you're only supposed to do it in 60 milliliter batches or less.
Patrice said, I know you explained already, but how does that ring make the lip on the cup?
So it just fits over it. It's just like a little piece that fits over it, and I just glued it to it. So it's just this little thing that fits over the cup itself, and it just gives you the little lip to make it look like the honey pot. Yep. So it's a super simple contraption.
Uses fast set.
Yeah, that I did too, and then I heard that it was bad for them, and then a lot of controversy about it. I've used it personally in molds myself, so I haven't had any problems with it. But I would think if you were doing it in a huge mold, like one of the tray molds, it would probably get really, really hot because of how much there is creating heat due to the chemical reaction. Like this, you could see that it's bubbling up and it's warm to the touch. And the heat of it is a good thing because you don't have to worry about so many bubbles. The heat of it does pop the bubbles. So that's something that you don't really have to worry about as much. I do still use my torch.
Where did you get your mic from?
find my bees. I don't know where my bees
Deb said,
are.
I watched someone set their alcohol cup on fire with a torch on live. It was kind of funny. As far as their reaction. That was about to be us.
That was about to be
We
us.
were about to be that couple who was like
Except for
swatting each
I
other.
have caught stuff on fire on accident. Like, you know how your tumbler or your cup turners make that weird squeaky noise? Well, it's that PVC pipe resting on the wood. The little wood brace that we have. So what did I do? I shoved a paper towel in between there. In between that little, you know, the little brace and the PVC pipe. Well, learned from my mistake because it was hanging out and I was torching a cup and it was hanging out a little too much, and let's just say the paper towel got in the way while I was torching my cup. Yeah, it didn't end too well. There's some stuffy stuff.
We can trust you.
See, 3D me. I actually got this from Craft Attack. I haven't been able to get the one from Counterculture yet. They stay sold out. That's how you know they're a good company. It's because they
What
stay
did you
sold
put
out.
in the epoxy to change the color? That is mica powder.
Yes, that is mica powders.
Kim said, I did set my first alcohol cup on fire. I was freaking out.
I did that once.
Just to say friction.
Friction. So I've also done that before as well. So this is what happened. So I was like, I'm gonna spray this this mold with alcohol to try and pop these bubbles, right? Well, I sprayed it with alcohol and it didn't pop the bubbles. So you want to know what I did?
Torched it.
Took my torch to it, not thinking about alcohol being highly, highly flammable. Let's just say my mold caught on fire for a few minutes there.
Rhonda says I put parchment paper under my cup turner to make it quieter.
See, I should have done that too. But see, that would catch on fire too, though. I mean,
It's true.
but I don't know. Mine like pushes stuff out from underneath it. I guess the turning of it.
Jessica said, I lost my drink? Yeah, right. Take your time. We'll be right here.
So I'm just adding this thickener to it. And this is just like the nice and thick on Counterculture that they have on their site, but they stay sold out a lot, so I haven't been able to buy it yet to try it. But this came from Craft Attack, and it is 3D Me by Artworks, which is the same company that does like the artwork resin. I bought a couple things. They also have this really cool hand scrub that I can talk about now. They have this really awesome hand scrub, and I leave it by my sink, and it scrubs the epoxy off of your hands. So if you get epoxy on your hands, it's just like a little hand scrub. I don't know what it has in it, but it's magical. It gets all the epoxy off of my
I've
hands.
always said I use an old wash rag on my turners.
See? I'd be afraid that would catch on fire too.
Rhonda said, I tape it. I tape my parchment paper to it.
That's a smart idea. See, I didn't think of that. Now, I will tell you that this thickening agent is very dusty. It's very fine. And I'm just mixing it in with my epoxy. Trying to get all the clumpity-bumpities out. And you can see that it is doing a very good job at thickening up my epoxy. And it's also giving it more of a honey look. It gives it like a, I don't
A
know.
little bit of a peachy look almost.
Yeah, it looks not as transparent as it did before adding it. And this is just regular epoxy too that I did this with instead of, huh?
Oh, Bob. That's what Pooh says.
Oh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I know Winnie the Pooh. So yeah, it's
I just
thickening
got my
up.
order of art resin and used it yesterday. I love it. I had only used Illuminate.
Really. I heard Illuminite. If that's the same one, maybe not. I don't know. There was one company that they were known for yellowing, and they just released this new epoxy that's supposed to be non-yellowing, which is supposed to be pretty awesome. I think it is Illuminite. Illuminite Plus, I think.
Jessica said it got a buttery look.
Yes, it does have a buttery look, which kind of looks like honey. I think it's going to look pretty cool. Add a little bit of more of our mica in there to give it more of a glittery, glisteny, honey-y look. Honey. I have a friend on there. Remember Honey? Honey Dip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's in this group.
Hi.
So yeah, it's starting to thicken, and you can just continue to add this additive until...
Patrice said, yeah, that's Illuminate Plus.
Yes, I thought it was. Because I know when I first heard of Illuminate, I started off on Pro Marine. I started off on Illuminate, and then I went to Pro Marine because I read a lot of stuff about Illuminate yellowing. Well, apparently they've released a new line that is super clear and has lots of stuff in it to make it will not yellow anymore. So that's always good.
Brittany said I used Pro Marine but just bought some art resin. Haven't received it yet.
Yes, I used Pro Marine too before when I first started making cups. After I used Illuminate, I was ordering my first stuff obviously off Amazon because I'm a huge Amazon person. I had like 6 packages on my front porch today. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, they sold Illuminate on there. And my Pro Marine, I wasn't crazy about. It yellowed on me as well, but not as fast as the Illuminate did. And then the Pro Marine, I could never get like a glass-like finish. You know, I always had bumps and divots and stuff in it. So...
Tara said, do you like the KS resin?
I haven't used KS resin before, to be honest. I haven't used that one. So I'm just taking my thickened epoxy and I'm spreading it around the rim of my cup. And I've got it turned at this angle right this second, and I'm going to flip it up in a second and let it start running down my cup. I want it to be a controlled type drip here. You can also, if it starts running a lot lower than you want it to run, you can always flip it upside down so that it runs the other direction and doesn't go any further down your cup.
Summer said I switched from Illuminate to Environtex to CC DIY UV Quickset. Now I love the glass look. Patrice said I started off on Illuminate 3 months ago. I'm still a rookie, but it's easy to use. Susan says I use KS resin and I really like it. Kim said I use amazing clear cast from Hobby Lobby. Should I be using something different?
There's a lot of different products
Cami says
you can use.
I'm loving East Coast resin.
I haven't heard of East Coast before.
Glitter Nola Craft Culture, $4.95 standard price, goes up of course, but 4-ounce bottles, and the Ruby Slippers is my altimeter favorite red, and they will custom cut glitter. I love their gumbo and jambalaya glitter. They said I got my first Amazon pick sent to me today as they had delivered a gift I sent. We only have UVS. Our boxes show no pictures. I switched about 2 months ago. It's awesome so far, what Cami said.
So there's a lot of different
Jessica said I
epoxy.
use KS resin, but CC DIY is much better for no micro bubbles. Cami said I think I am on my 3rd gallon of it.
Whoa. Depending on a lot of people that are starting out, like when I was starting out, it's a lot more cost effective to buy a cheaper type epoxy because you're just, trying to get really good at it before you start using the expensive stuff. And that's how my thinking was with it anyways. Epoxy is very expensive. So when I was starting out, I just used the cheap stuff. But now I have switched to counterculture. And the reason I switched to counterculture is because I like their glass-like finish. It also does not yellow over time. Some of the cheaper epoxies that you see here and there, they do yellow quicker over time. And they have things, problems like micro bubbles or taking a lot longer of a time to set, a lot longer cure time some of them have. It all just varies depending on the company. Yes, I just dripped that on my pants, by the way.
Patrice says, now I have CC Bass Set and Faux Rizzle UV resin that dries in 5 to 6 hours.
I did try Faux Rizzle. I got some during their Black Friday sale, and it didn't end very well for me because apparently they sent out a lot of bad batches during the Black Friday sale. and I got one of those bad batches. So they did fix the issue, but then I heard all of the terrible things that the owner did and said and stuff like that. So I kind of didn't go back to it. I tried out counterculture and fell in love with it. So I've just kind of been sticking with that. So I did try the glitter craze one, and I was not a fan. So I switched back to counterculture, which I really love their epoxy. It goes on smooth. Micro bubbles aren't crazy. So you guys can see that how my drips are coming along with it. And like I said, if it starts running too far down your cup, you can flip it upside down and get it to run the other direction as it continues to thicken. I'm getting it all over me. And if you do somehow get epoxy on your clothes, spray it very, very well with alcohol, and then scrub it really good, like douse it down in alcohol, and then kind of scrub it really good with a paper towel, and it won't get crunchy in your pants or shirt or whatever you're wearing or whatever you get epoxy on. But you have to do it before it sets and gets hard, because once it gets set, it's really hard to get it to come off. So
Anna said that honey color looks better than the first time.
yes, I agree. I like this color a lot better.
Patrice said, thanks, I'm going to try CC. Counterculture.
Yes, I love counterculture. And they also have a group as well, so for questions and things like that. But of course, if you ever have questions, feel free to inbox me. My messages are always open to everybody with questions, concerns, or things that you're struggling with.
And this group is going to be great for that too, so
yeah, feel free to ask questions inside of this group. That's what crafting is all about. Everybody started somewhere. Nobody started out and was perfect. Somebody asked questions somewhere.
You're welcome, Tara. If you have friends who are starting in the cup making business too, don't hesitate to invite them to the group. We're more than happy to help them get started as well. What we are contemplating with the idea of doing too is getting a couple of these starter kits down the road once we kind of address some of the lives that you guys have asked for, and then maybe doing reviews on them to make sure that that's something that is a good product to buy for people starting out. So Kim asked if you get the gallon size.
Yes. I started out with counterculture with their little ones. My fast set comes in, I think, the half-gallon set, but I do have the gallon set of their art resin, and I just ordered more of their fast set yesterday. They also have a clear fast set that they just released too, that's supposed to have less VOCs, less of an odor, and it's supposed to be clear. And it comes with a blue label. If you look at their website, it comes with a blue label.
Jessica said, they are another cute couple just wanting to help others with CC DIY.
Aww.
Yes, I feel I abuse you with questions on private messages, is what Brittany said. Tara said, oh, be right back. Need to invite a few friends. Christina said, I came on late. I didn't want to ask questions just in case you already answered. Will this live be saved? Yes.
Yes, this live will be saved. Feel free to ask questions at any point of my live. The whole point of my lives is so that people can learn and
Patrice,
stuff.
you don't have to worry about blowing me up on the spinner tutorial. I'm going to be doing it.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. We couldn't do it before because
there's a conflict of interest because she sells the products and we respected it, so we didn't do it. That was why I was beating around the bush when it came to,
because we couldn't come out and say that we couldn't do a
like,
live
hey,
on it.
I can't do the live, but now we can do what we want. So, but you're good to blow me up. I don't care. Not physically. Like, don't blow my house up. Like, Tivoli said, and Heather answers fast.
I do. I try to be very fast because I know sometimes if you're like in Walmart and you're like, is this the plasti dip that you use for your water slides? You're not going to stand around in Walmart all day. So I try to be very fast, you know, unless there's like a family crisis going on. It's very seldom that you won't be able to get a quick answer from me.
Summer, thank you. She said, y'all are amazing. I know I bug you with questions through PM.
No, nobody really bugs me. I think everybody thinks that they bug me, though. Everybody feels like they bug me, but they don't.
That is turning out really cool then.
Yeah, so I'm turning it this way so that it doesn't run any further down the cup. It has thickened to the point where it's not really going to run back up. So I do want to get around the rim so it looks thicker around the rim, so it doesn't just look like it's going down in streams.
You said, I feel like people bother me, and Tori just goes, yes.
No, you don't bother me. Everybody, like I said before, everybody started somewhere. Everybody asked questions somewhere, you know, and one day all of you guys are going to go out and you're going to create your own page, and
we're going to support every bit.
We're going to support every bit of it.
Yep.
So
we are in full support of everybody reaching their best potential.
Yeah.
Just like we want to do for ourselves, we want to be able to reach our best potential.
We want everyone else to be successful at it too.
If we end up creating something that you guys are in support of, great. If we end up creating something that you don't support, hey, you know, we appreciate the feedback. We want to help you guys grow. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
And
there's enough cup business for everybody.
Oh yeah.
You know, a lot of, you know, some of my friends, close personal friends, are on this group, and they're local, and some of them make cups, and you know, I'm not concerned about anybody stealing business from me, because trust me, there's so much cup business. I can't make everybody's cups, nor do I want to.
Is there a link to the epoxy? Do you have to use a UV on the last coat, like CC facet?
Yes, you do have to use like the art resin as the top layer if you're using the facet. I think it looks cute. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty cute.
I think so too.
And then, of course, I'm going to add a little water slide down here, Winnie the Pooh.
Been gathering supplies the last few days. Can't wait to get started. Been watching tons of tutorials. Thanks so much for all the info. You're welcome, Sherry. Best of luck.
Yeah, you're going to do great.
Tivoli said this world needs more people like you. Kami says, hey, got a question. Are you going to make files for download?
Sure.
I heard that y'all are thinking super big. Y'all are great. Thanks, Patrice. Robin says she loves it. I think it looks really cool.
So we do have some of our files, like for the claws and stuff like that Cameron creates.
They're for sale.
They're for sale in our Etsy shop. But I have a lot of other files, you know, that there will be files that are going to be put up in the group for everybody to download and things like that. So those
Robin
will come.
Said, love it. Brittany said, love it. Sherry said, thank you. Tivoli said, I love it. Jessica says, darling. Kami says, so adorable.
Wait till I find my bees, you guys. My bees are cute.
Kim said, that's awesome. It's an awesome cup.
Yes, I agree. This wasn't even for an order either.
Summer said, y'all are a great example of Southern hospitality. I miss the South because of people like y'all.
Aww.
Thank you. We appreciate you. And long story short, if you need assistance, I hold the door for you.
Yeah, feel free to reach out.
And then we're gonna.
I'll have to paint the bottom half again
Lisa
because some of my paint came off.
So he can say Chrissy Porter, and he can say all these other names.
Poor Chrissy Porter is working tonight.
Thick accent.
Or she would be here. She is a member of the group.
She's
I love
that type
Chrissy.
Every single time who's been like, I'm here, now you can start.
Yes, I love Chrissy Porter. She's a very good person. But tonight is her last night at the job that she's at, and so she kind of has to work tonight. She can't watch our live, which I'm kind of sad about because it's our first one in this group. Hopefully there is definitely going to be way more lives to come, but and she'll be there for those too. Okay, because I don't want to lose that. Oh, here's the pink one. That's the pink one that we did.
April said she's watching, but she's just not talking much.
Oh.
She's got 100 cheer bows to work on.
Ooh. That's a lot of cheer
Good
bows.
luck.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. Okay, so here's our Winnie the Pooh cup.
Those are pretty. I tried to make some of mine, didn't turn out so well.
Yes, they are very pretty. I really like the rhinestone on the back. It gives another little accent. I haven't seen any with any rhinestones like on the top of it, which is really cool. That matches the whole color.
Stacey.
And I haven't seen them in colors. I've only seen them in like silver and gold. So I really like that they're in colors. Because if someone's... And you can also give it as like a gift to someone that you make a cup for. So, one of my customers, Fawn, is... have a cup that I'm working on for her. And this is... Dracula's going to go on her cup. She's having a Disney Villains cup made. So the purple one would go perfect with her cup because you use the same glitter inside of the pin as you do on the cup. So, and it's like a nice little combo. It's kind of like the pop sockets as well, which Miss Lou's sells, is the pop sockets. So you could just do a whole combo. Do a pin, a pop socket, a cup, you know, straw topper. You can do that too. So this is our Winnie the Pooh pot that we're working on. And I don't know what to do with my Winnie the Pooh again.
Did you move it out of the way because you stuck stuff to it?
Yeah, but I don't know where I moved it out of the way to.
Maybe underneath some of those
Pens?
Yeah.
It's possible. Yep, he's under there. So I turned my Winnie the Pooh. He's kind of messy. He's got glitter and stuff stuck to him.
Fawn said, I love purple.
I know she loves
Tori
purple.
said, where did you get your mold? The pop socket mold. I got the wrong size.
I don't know. I don't have... Well, I guess I do. It's like the badge reel. I think I got mine off Amazon. There was like a tray of like 6. Like 3 and 3 on each side. I'm pretty sure I got mine off Amazon. So, this is my Winnie the Pooh. Let me get a little bucket of water. So, my Winnie the Pooh is spray painted white along with a lot of other glitters. So, I turned this clear water slide into a white water slide. I know a lot of people ask me to go in depth a little bit more about how I do that. So, this water slide was a laser printed water slide. And I did seal it like I normally do along with some others because it was printed on another sheet. So I cut out Winnie the Pooh. This is the paper backing and this is the side that you could see with the image. So I just spray painted this side white with a white spray paint. And then I'm just going to put him in the water and let him sit for a second so he can unstick from the back. And then I'm going to throw him down here at the bottom. My cup has tons of glitter on it. Poor cup. And I've also got to trim up my my honey up at the top.
that one sat around for a little while.
What?
That cup.
Yeah, it's been sitting around for a little bit.
It's been around the plume of
Glitter. Yeah, it's just a bunch of glitter stuck to the bottom.
And for the people that were asking, the tie-dye cup, the video is going up on YouTube tonight.
It's this one
about
that
how
I
it was
did.
made.
He had to do the editing for it to be able to put it up on the YouTube, so it will be on our YouTube channel tonight. Alright.
Yep.
Okay, so I got my Winnie the Pooh. And so this is a spray painted side and this is the paper side. So I'm going to slide my Winnie the Pooh off of my paper. And you'll notice that on this side you're going to be able to see him right through it. Let's see. I want to put him on this side. And you could apply it like a tattoo if you want to, like a temporary tattoo. He's slipping and sliding. So there's my Winnie the Pooh. He's kind of janky. Yeah, I'm about to rip him. Yeah, I stuck him to so much stuff. So he's clear right there in his face. But you get the idea. I'm not going to put him on there yet. I'm going to have to print another one. I messed him up. I stuck him to the back of my phone and to the back of a mold. So he kind of lost some of his spray paint. Will you look in the alcohol ink drawer and get me my bees? And then I'll use...
So she will apply Winnie.
I will
Mr.
apply
Pooh Bear.
Winnie the Pooh. But you guys get the the gist of the white, this is the side that was on against the paper backing. He's all sticky and he's not really dry all the way because it's humid outside and everything else. So these are my little bees that I got. And I got them off Amazon, I think. Because everything really comes from Amazon that I get. And I'm just going to place these around on my cup. Where some of my imperfections are. Or my chunks of glitter or something like that. Yeah. I guess I can use the UV resin and put it on that way. Let's do that. We'll do this one. Okay, so I'm going to use my UV resin to attach my bees just to make sure that they don't come off and I don't have to really hold them for a really long time to make sure that they're stuck on there, like for E6000 or something like that. So I'm going to get my UV lamp and have that
Lori.
ready. I'll move my bucket of water out the way.
Everybody's so quiet.
I know.
May I
Nobody
ask a
likes me
question?
anymore.
Surely you can. Anybody can ask questions. Why not use white waterslide paper instead of spray painting it white? Just trying to understand your process.
So the reason I did that is because I had images that I needed to print on clear water slide, and I didn't have a reason to print a full sheet of white water slide, so it saves water slide paper for me. So that's mainly why I do it. Secondly, on the white water slide paper, the white backing is still very transparent. So if you put it on a 2-colored cup like this one, if you put half of Winnie the Pooh up on the brown and half of him down at the white, or the tan, you would be able to see the difference between the colors through Winnie the Pooh because the white water slide is not completely a solid white. It's more of a transparent. So I found it works easier too. It's just like you can also use acrylic white paint if you'd like. And you can also use a piece of white vinyl cut out in the shape of whatever your water slide is.
That's genius. Thanks for explaining.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we're very inviting when it comes to questions.
Yeah, we don't mind any questions at all. We know a lot of people are beginners and things like that, and we all started somewhere.
Where'd you get your UV light? It's a nail light.
I got this one off Amazon. It's actually a UV nail lamp. So it makes it easier. It's bigger than like the little flashlight. You can get the little UV flashlights and they're really small and you have to like hold it there the whole time. So with this, I can just lay it on there and let it go.
So do you print a second water slide to go on top of the white water slide?
No. So there's my first little bee on there. In the process, I got my cup even dirtier. It's got glitter all over it.
Can you sand it off, probably?
Yeah, I'll probably sand it off. And I'm just gonna keep going
That
around.
little bee is cute, though.
That bee is cute. Very
Now,
cute.
Question for me: are you gonna hit it with another coat of epoxy after this?
I'll go over it with some epoxy.
How is that gonna make the shimmer on the bees?
The rhinestones. It's not really going to affect it. Because the rhinestones are so small, I didn't really think it would bother it. And I've seen a lot of people with these same bees that they epoxied over it, and it didn't really affect the shininess of the sparklies of the...
Yeah, she's gonna epoxy the bees too.
Yeah, I'm gonna epoxy over it.
That's what I was sitting here asking because I was curious for myself. I ask the questions. Not all of them.
Not all of them.
I believe it. I do ask all the questions.
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
the only one that sees
He's
all
the
of
only
them.
one that sees all of them because I can't see them. So, but yeah, you don't really need the full 60 seconds for it. And if you really wanted to, you could probably not even have to worry about. You could go all the way through the final layer of the cup before and just apply your bees on top of your last coat of epoxy. But I'd rather try and make it a little bit more flush so that it's not this big object sticking out for somebody to pick at, or
How many times did you epoxy it?
I've only epoxied it once. Yeah, I've only epoxied this
You
cup
said you
once
found
so
the bees
far.
on Amazon?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if I can find the bees real quick for you.
Here. I think they were like $10 for this little baggie of them. And there's a lot in here, so I could probably do a lot of the little bee cups. My workspace is driving me nuts.
Yeah, they come in a 20 pack, and it's $10 for a 20 pack. I'll put a link up real quick.
Yeah, because sometimes with Amazon, you have to like know exactly what to type in for it to pull up the right thing.
That's the Amazon link for the bees.
The bees. Okay, I'm gonna try and get some more glitter off of my cup before I continue.
You're welcome.
But I figure, you know, with someone holding the cup, with it sticking up as much as it is, it could possibly cause them to fall off faster if you didn't do it under a layer of epoxy. But you could, I'm sure, you know, you could still just do it on top of your last layer of epoxy.
Oh,
Your
yeah, it's
beads.
really cool though.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I mean,
This
I've
one's
got all
not
this.
actually for an order either, is it?
No, this one's not for an order, so I will be listing it probably on Etsy, on our Etsy store, or just listed on my Facebook page for
As
someone
a
to buy.
Ready to ship.
Yeah, so it'll be a ready to ship, yep. So, I want to do one up here at the top, but before I do that, I want to show you guys how I'm going to trim down this edge right here, because there is some bigger chunks of epoxy around here. So, I get my, because I don't want to do this after I apply my
You got a blade
bees.
right on the other side of that paper right there.
I don't want to do this after I add my bees because I may accidentally like pop my bees off just trying to trim this
If
edge.
you have a hot knife, you don't need this.
Yeah, if you have a hot knife, you don't need to do this. This is just how I do it. So this is a box cutter. I take my torch and I heat up the end of the blade. And then I just go very slowly and it cuts the epoxy off like butter. So, and I just want to get a level finish on the top so that it's not a huge difference between, you know, I want to be able to clean my rim once I get done epoxying this cup. And then you may have to warm your knife up a time or two before you get it all the way trimmed down. And I did do some of this already, but I did want to save a little bit of it for you guys to see how I do it.
You can tell the difference from when it's like really hot and when it's not.
Yeah, because it'll slice all the way through it when it's really hot, and then it cools off, and then it's a lot harder.
Please be careful cutting towards yourself.
Yeah, I know. You always yell at me for cutting towards myself.
Oh, I've cut myself so many times.
So have I. Okay. And then once I go over it with epoxy, it will also get rid of the scratches and stuff from around the rim. And it'll go back the normal color to match the rest of it.
Question for you guys, since the chat seems like it's a little
Everybody's
bit
super
slower
quiet.
this evening, which is okay.
Everybody's at the club.
Right.
Psych. COVID.
Do y'all like the way this is set up, where you can see her from this angle, or would you rather have it where it was before, where it's facing her directly? Just asking. Because right now we got it set up on a tripod to where you guys can see.
Okay. So, I want to do another one of my little bees.
Fawn says she's about to say the same thing. Stop cutting towards yourself. It scares me. Like, maybe I'm just paranoid, but I'm sitting here as I'm watching. I'm like, please don't cut yourself. Please don't cut yourself. Please don't cut yourself. Please don't cut
See, yes,
yourself.
he'll be the one that has to wake up the kids and
Right?
take me to the
All right.
emergency room.
Come on, Christian.
Here we go.
April says she likes this way. She can see better. I figured. I wanted to double check with you guys and see and make sure you guys liked it.
Alright. So, I like these silicone brushes, by the way. I don't know if I told you guys this already, but
Feels like it'd be easier to clean.
it is. Because my paintbrushes, I was using my paintbrushes to apply this before, and it made my paintbrushes all yucky gucky, so...
Well, what I was thinking about doing is I'm potentially going to be investing in another camera, and I was going to have it set up where y'all had this angle, and then there was another angle that showed what she was working on more close up, because right now you can't necessarily see up close what she's working on. So if we could get it set up that way, I think it'd be really cool.
I don't think I put enough.
What are you putting on for the bees? Is what people are asking.
What am I sticking them to?
Yeah. What are you sticking them with?
I'm using the UV epoxy that I got off Amazon. Now this one...
Put up a link to that too.
Yeah, this one you do have to... Yeah, because this one's kind of hard to find because there's different size bottles and they go in like grams. So, but this is the 200 gram bottle of it. So... Definitely get that one. I've loved this stuff. I love this stuff. I've used it for so much stuff. My shaker molds, different things on my cup, on my cups, attaching stuff like this. Just a lot of super cool stuff, you know, that you could just stick it on there, paint it on there, and then use the UV light and let it set. So it kind of cements it to your
this is the one. Okay.
cup that you're making. So I think these bees add like a really cute additive to it. And then once I get Winnie the Pooh on there, it's going to be pretty awesome too.
Yeah, an overhead camera. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. That's going to be the game plan. So to have it set up so there's two different angles. So there's your link to the epoxy, or to the
UV resin.
So that way you guys can use that.
You do need a lamp as well. So
would a Mevo work for you?
Huh?
Is a Mevo a type of camera?
I don't know.
So many little tricks.
Oops. Make sure you get a lamp. You can set it outside, but it takes a lot longer for the resin to set.
It could work. Based on what I see, it looks like it's a really good quality little camera. If you have one that you're trying to sell, I may buy it from you, if that's what you're trying to say.
Put that over it and make it go back to
Link to the
color.
lamp.
Yeah, it's I don't know the wattage of this one, but it's relatively cheap. Yeah, I haven't epoxied this yet, since I've done the letters or anything like that.
What's the name of it?
It doesn't have a name. It's just the pink one. So we're going to put a bee right there. Set my little bee in it. I'm going to take my lamp, put it back over it.
You use it to glue the straw toppers. This is what she uses
Yes,
to glue.
I use to piece them together. This is what I use to piece them together. Yes.
I will be looking into it, Lori, for sure. How much you'll be selling this cup for?
Probably like $45. Free shipping, maybe? I don't know. It's a very cute cup. I have to admit, it's a pretty freaking stinking cute cup.
Do you make pop sockets?
Yes, I do make pop sockets. And you can use the UV resin for the pop sockets as well. And this lamp and the UV resin I also use for my double-walled glitter tumblers as well. So, that one I didn't plug the hole yet, which is why it was flipped up like that. So yeah, that's what I use for this too. Which reminds me, we're supposed to be giving a cup away. One for the person that invited the most people to our group. And I was looking through it today, and I think I counted 16 for Fawn Hobby, and I'm pretty sure it was like 12 for Adriana Finas. So
there's your links to the nail lamp. Look, so you do some pop sockets. Don't
Okay.
help me with pricing. I swear I charge something different for everything.
Yeah, for most of the cups that I do, the only reason I would charge more for this one than I would a normal cup is because of all the extra steps. I did have to buy that ring, which was like $5. The ring that I used to put over the end. I did have to buy the bees. I did have to do the drip,
You're welcome.
and I painted this thing like a bazillion times. So, you know, you do have to take into consideration how much your bees are and everything like that too. So,
What do you normally like? You have like a set thing that you try to go off of too, right?
yeah, usually I do.
It's like $15 plus whatever ounce it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because a 30 ounce I charge 45 for.
Yeah, 20 ounces, 35.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's
Yeah.
so she adds $15 to whatever the ounce of the cup is.
Yeah,
Like if
and
it's
then
a
like the
20 ounce.
22 ounce fatty, I do like the 20 ounce price for the 22 ounce fatty, and then if it's like the 23 ounce slim or 24 ounce slim, it's the same price as the
Hey,
the
Lisa.
20 ounce cup too. So
Someone asked what kind of paper do you use to put decals on pop sockets? You've done water slides on this, haven't you?
yeah, I've done water slides on them.
You've done vinyl.
I've done vinyl to put names and stuff like that on them. Water slides. You could do sticker paper. You can do pretty much anything on those.
Like a base price is what Tori said. Yeah, if you want to go with a base price, I mean, I've seen people do it where you start with the price of the cup and you add for each individual thing that's on there.
Yeah, I've seen people do that too.
You know, and it ends up, we see that it ends up getting a little bit pricier that way. But I mean, hey, to be honest, these things are work of art. So in my
They
opinion,
are, and they're all unique too.
You're never gonna have two that are exactly the same. So they're worth the money, and people are willing to pay them a lot of times, especially if it's a good quality one.
Yeah.
But we gave away several when we first got started. But
Yeah.
as the quality's gotten better and better, she's
Yeah, I
charged-
first started off for $20 for my 20 ounce cups and $30 for my 30 ounce cups, and I've
I
actually
think you
added
were
to
doing-
that.
You might have been doing 25 and 35, but it wasn't much more.
I think it was extra for glitter.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't gotten like super outrageous
Yeah.
$80 a cup pricing. Like I don't ever
The
want
claw
to be
cup
at
in
that
the
point.
background, super cute.
Which one?
I'm not sure. There's probably all
Yeah.
kinds of claws in the background.
The tiger claw. Those are all my ready to ships too. And I have a whole big wall. It's like a shelf up above my computer that I have all types of ready to ship cups. All of my claw cups. When Cameron creates a design, I make a cup to show off how his design looks on a cup. So I try to make one of each of them.
Yeah,
My
like
Mombi
this
cup. Yeah, this one is the Halloween horror. Mike Myers that he designed. So I try to make one out of all of his designs that he's done.
But she's probably talking about the nurse one.
Yeah. And this one's up there too. So the claw cups are a really big seller. The Mombi cups are a super huge seller. I think it looks cute. I'm gonna have to
Not
clean
as
it off
cute as
some.
the person making it.
I'm gonna have to clean it off some. I think I want to do one more bee up here, maybe like right there.
I think that's really cool.
I'm putting it down here.
Did you think it'd turn out as cool as it is?
No, it's way cooler than I thought it was gonna turn out.
She's like, I don't like this cup.
Well, I have spray painted it like 16
Lisa's here. Miss Carver.
bajillion times. So
Welcome.
welcome, Miss
She said,
Carver.
"Phew, just finished dinner and cleanup. I'm so late. Shame on you.
Shame, shame.
Just kidding. We're glad you're here. Just like everybody. All 38 of you.
Yeah, all 38 of everybody that's watching me.
So just a quick plug while she's finishing up that last beat. Miss Lou's sale is still going to be up this evening.
As everyone requested.
Yep. So that's all going to still be there. They still got the shakers at the bagged price until midnight tonight, and they are currently set up for PayPal. So
Yep.
now they have PayPal.
They took
And,
everybody's feedback
man,
from that and
they-
set it up.
They've done the most. They did exactly what we asked, and we were like, "Hey, we like PayPal." They're like, "Okay, we'll get PayPal."
So they
it's-
got PayPal.
It's been really cool. And we're also in the works. Don't everybody jump up and down. You can't be able to. we're talking about doing a retreat. We're working out the details as far as when. We're probably going to be doing... Where's Stan?
Stan's sleeping if I know Stan.
We are trying to work out the details. We got to see how much it's going to be. We got to get all the numbers together. We're going to be doing giveaways while we're there. We're going to have goodie bags and stuff for whatever you guys come. It's looking like we're probably going to do it where Miss Lou is located in Louisiana. So
I thought it was Mississippi.
It is on the Mississippi River.
It's on the Mississippi River, but
I know it's near
the Baton Rouge
Airport. It's about an hour or so away. I just swore it was in Louisiana. No, it's on the border. That's why it's called Miss Lou's. It's on the border of Mississippi and Louisiana. Okay. Yeah, I was close. We were both close. So she's probably right. I'm probably wrong.
So there's our Winnie the Pooh cup.